It's May 31st. It's a overcast, rainy day in Japan. Well, like we've said before, we got the wall out. We've started to do the drywall on the ceiling. The ceiling's more or less, the main room is finished. Now we're looking to do finish, and it's all insulated. Double insulated in some areas. Some areas only got a little bit of insulation, but it's mostly for sound deadening, not really for keep the heat in. I've measured out all the wires so we know where to cut the holes for the drop lights. So that wiring is measured out on that wall, or that wall. Just put a piece of sheet there just to keep the dust out of the room I've already finished. Well, it has to get a final coat of paint, but it's finished. And today, our friend buried the doorbell inside the wall there, and I can't reach it. And I don't know whether to cut the drywall out to find the doorbell or just leave it in there, because really we don't need it. But I have to get the phone line is buried up in that wall. I have to get the phone line out and drag it down behind this drywall. So I'm going to do that this morning. And that's pretty much it. Everything's insulated, or double insulated, because they didn't insulate correctly before. So this should be pretty well sound deadened and pretty well insulated now to keep... So yeah, wherever you see white is where they didn't insulate. And that's a short 2-minute clip of the... You can't see it, but there is insulation in there. Oh, and I need to insulate in here this morning. Just put a little bit more insulation. Oh, and there needs insulation. And that's it. It's done. And I have to fix this concrete floor so it's more or less flush with the other concrete. Either I'm going to pour fresh concrete, or I'm going to just wood floor it. I don't know yet which is my choice, but either way I have to make it look smooth before either of them happen. Okay, there's a 3-minute clip. June 1st. It's been 1 month since we purchased the house. The ceilings are in. I started drywalling the walls now. The floor is out. Makes it one large room. And that's about it. We've re-insulated everything, so it's double insulated. I've got to find the wires today, because they buried them underneath the walls, so I have to cut the walls, or take the drywall back off to find the wiring. But they're already cut, so it should be kind of easy to find it. Okay. The end. Well, Yukari came. It's a beautiful day. We've got most of the work done. There's a few spots to be finished, but now we have one room which we're looking for. I built a little shelf. It's not finished yet, and a couple spots of drywall need to be finished. That's where the doorbell is going to go. And put a quick coat of mud on it, prime it, and then do my secret trick. And that's it. Bye-bye. Sean, say bye-bye. Okay. And we'll end with the van. Oh. Well, it's June 4th. The wall's out. I've got to clean that concrete line with the jackhammer and the grinder, make it look pretty. And I've started taping mudding the ceiling. I have to do a lot more taping and mudding today. But it's done. All the mud's in, or all the drywall's in. I'm gonna make a shelf out of this and take the drywall off and wrap it in wood, not wrap it in drywall. It's a nice little shelf made out of wood. It's really a heavy piece of wood. And I've got to install a board there for the heater, and I've got to install a board here for the heater. But other than that, it's all done. That's where our doorbell goes. I moved it. Not that we need a doorbell. But it's ready to go. So the parents will sit here and watch the lesson in here. Okay. Short 1.5-minute video. I think I'm going to put the clock above the door. Not there. As you can see, it's almost 9 o'clock. June 5th, it's a cloudy day. Another morning. So I've started taping. This is my trick, the one coat tape cover. Hopefully I'll finish the ceiling today and get 90% of the walls done, I hope. I got his hand, hand high, so I don't have to go too crazy. But in the kitchen, I have to do all the kitchen's ceilings. And at some point I need to tackle getting this wall out, make it level to the other concrete, because I'm going to plywood the whole floor and try to knock off that wall. And if you can see, it's over and everything else is under. So maybe try to hit it with the jackhammer, see if it'll knock it off. I don't know. If it knocks it off really easy, comes off like a sheet, oh, I'll be so happy. But if it doesn't, then it's a lot more work. Alrighty. Move the tools so that I can do the ceiling. Okay. Bye-bye. June 6th, and finished most of the taping of the ceiling. I gotta finish the kitchen today, and then I'll start working on the walls. Hopefully it won't take too long. I've got to remove this drywall off this so that it's a pedestal. I've started removing the drywall already. I'm gonna box it in wood. And I have the wood outside, so it's all gonna be similar wood. Yesterday I got done taping the ceiling, so I tackled getting off this wall so it's flush, more or less flush, with the drywall. So that's the original, and I was able to take off all of that concrete off this wall. And I also did it on this one. It didn't come out quite as flush, so maybe I'll hit it with the grinder. I used the jackhammer to get it all off. It's okay. I'm gonna clean it up today and see if it's how flush I got it. If not, I'll just hit it with the grinder. And I gotta finish the floor so that it's level, or more or less level. I've decided I'm gonna plywood the entire floor. So I've grinded right there. It comes out pretty smooth. Does make a lot of dust though. So I'll probably hit it with the jackhammer first, then grind it after. Because it can be lower, it just can't be higher. And then I got jackhammer that little bit of whatever, concrete off. And then tackle this whole kitchen today. I am gonna do wainscot. I've decided. about the height of this pedestal around the whole room. It's going to be about the same height as the bathroom's tile, but it's going to be a little bit taller, about that tall around the whole room. I think it'll get a nice look. It'll help cover the concrete. It's going to be expensive, but I think it'll look really nice to go all the way around the whole room in like a chair rail. And that's it. Thank you for watching. And I'll hopefully can paint the ceiling. Probably not today though. Chop saw. Well, I got the whole ceiling taped off and one coat of a whitewashed sealer just in the main room, not in the kitchen yet, because I'm out of time. I have class at 3, so I gotta go. But it took me 1 hour to do, and it's pretty, it shows all the imperfections, so I can go around and hit the imperfections and level them out. Some of the joints need a little attention, but it's got a seal coat on it, and I can go around and reseal the areas that I patch. But it looks good. I think I can get away with my one coat idea. And I did finish the kitchen today, so everything is only hand high now to finish the mudding. Alright, until tomorrow. Well, it took the better part of 6 hours, but I got the first coat of texture on the ceiling. It still shows some of the white lines, but that's just where it was brighter. But it came out really nice. I'm gonna put one more coat. So it's about 26 bucks a coat. So one more coat. This one's still wet. And I went this way. Next time I do it, I'm gonna go this way. And I can paint it and do the pull out the lights. Maybe I'll do 2 coats of paint. And then pull out the lights, and we will have light in here, and I can work at night. Yay! Yes, I have class at 4, so I gotta go. Bye-bye. The working room. Fancy idea. A drill with a whisk. Nice. It's June 8th. And I finished the ceiling in a texture coat, and I tried sanding it, but as you can still see kind of the different color. It's because it's still wet, so I haven't been able, and it's raining today quite heavily, so I'm unable to sand with the moisture. But I boxed this in. It's one gigantic piece of wood, and then took off the drywall today and then boxed it in. I think I'm gonna keep it. It's only held in with tape, but I think once I sand it down around all the edges, I think it'll look nice. So I think I'm gonna keep it. Again, once I sand it all down, I think it'll look nice. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna keep it. I'd like to sand the ceiling today, but I went to NAFCO and they didn't have the mud, and it's still wet in the areas, so because it's been raining. Okay, well, I'm gonna have lunch. It's about noon, so lunchtime. Table chops on.